fans these days, a growing belief that something special is building at Craven Park. Tom Grant, the man in the charge this evening. Third of the way through the Betfred Super League season. They get to test themselves, the Rovers, against the reigning champions, Wigan. Big game this, make no mistake. Big night tonight. It's a heavyweight battle with an atmosphere to match the occasion.
It certainly is, Dave. Good evening to you and everyone at home as well. These two sides met 5 times last season, twice ended in an extra point, golden point end to the game. Let's hope we have that here tonight.
Well, great noise here as ever. Smoke has cleared. This ground is famous for many things, and a strong wind is amongst them, a chilly wind as well at times, but it has left us with clear sight and clear vision of what should be, we hope, spectacular this evening, because both sides are so capable. Hadley put down, here's Litton at dummy half as Rovers look to build from deep, going a little lateral here to try and find a bit more room on that width. And Litton back at dummy half again. 2 tackles here in this opening set. Wigan's defence doing its job just at the moment. Junior and Sember involved there as well. Looking forward to see him get big minutes today. What a potential that young fella is. And Lewis just gets a little tug of the shirt from Luke Thompson. Just a reminder, he's not going to have it easy tonight. And Wigan will get possession back inside their own 20.
Yeah, Thompson just making his presence felt there, Dave. Mikey Lewis, such a big miss last week over in the south of France. That heavy defeat to Willie Peters' men. Mikey Lewis is the key tonight for Hull KR.
Bevan French game, 100 for him, as we heard in the build-up tonight. He has been prolific. 86 tries in the previous 99, good heavens. Out of dummy half goes Brad O'Neill to take Wigan for the first time this evening inside their opponent's half. Field out of dummy half. This is Thompson now with that charge and bursting effort, but they desperately hang on. And Wigan now at the end of their set. Smith with that left foot. Should be a safe and easy catch for Niall Evalds. It is. And it's a bit of an arm wrestle at the start, which is what you'd expect. Both sides just testing each other out.
Yeah, 2 different sets in the opening starts for both teams. Hull KR willing to move the ball around in that first set, and you know, the Warriors just playing a bit more conservative, getting through their plays. In the kicking game of Harry Smith, well, you know, we spoke about Mikey Lewis. Well, you know, that man as well, he has the key to unlock a lot of defences through his kicking game.
This is Litton back down the middle again, and just looking for whatever progress they can make here, Rovers. What a difference the switch in personnel has made for them as well. Remember the early weeks when perhaps they weren't as fluent as they might have expected to be. Peter Hiku playing at full-back there, Niall Evalds out on the wing. They've changed things around to put Hiku back in the centres. They're a different animal. And Lewis again has got absolutely smashed there by Tyler Dupree. Rovers fans are howling. But Mikey Lewis knows he's in for a tough time tonight.
Well, Tom Grant had a couple of looks at this, and you could argue that that could have been given, but it matters not now. Liam Marshall under all sorts of attention. Just that late hit there on Dupree, from Dupree. They get away with that one.
They're going to push it to the limit, Wigan, aren't they? They're going to close down Mikey Lewis with or without the ball as often as they can. Thompson fights him, but I tell you what that has done. That has lifted the noise even louder than it was before.
Yeah, the intentions are there from the Warriors, and now it's the Rovers who respond now. Big physical contact through the middle of the field.
Last play, Wigan. O'Neill back to Smith. He doesn't quite get the same treatment, and that is a brilliant kick. Brilliant kick. And therefore a very good take, because that spun in the air like nobody's business.
That huge spiral bomb. And it confuses the pair of them at the back, but Burgess, the former Wigan Warrior player, collects that. Ryan Hall, go sign that new contract for next season over at Leeds Rhinos back there. The 36-year-old producing quality stuff. Gildart now.
So imagine Willie Peters has been getting the message down on the field. See what they're doing to our kicker. Try and do that to theirs, because we cannot allow him to get kicks like that away too often. May pops it back on the inside. Hiku crosses the halfway line. That's a good carry. It's a very good carry. Litton out of dummy half again. Minchella helps it on its way. Mikey Lewis, and now Evalds is joining in, and Evalds with a step, but well met by Bevan French. Last play here. And Semba tries to get to Lewis this time. Little less rigorous, but he's got a kick away that is bouncing dangerously. And this could go anywhere. It's 0, and Hull KR chance their arms. 0. They get another set of 6 from here.
Well, the kicking game is causing all sorts of confusion so far.
Lewis going right. Here's May. Short pass for him. No way through. Wigan hanging on early here as a result of that little kerfuffle amongst the Wigan defenders. Back it comes to May. Minchella and Lewis offering an inside track for Dean Hadley. But Wigan's defence is rugged and efficient. Minchella now goes short, and Sue is just bouncing his way over. Sue with a try on the back of that, and don't Rovers mean business tonight?
Well, he missed last week through suspension, did the big fella. But he's back tonight with a barnstorming run. Just gets rid of Liam Farrell far too easy, and just able to score the opening try of the evening. 5 minutes on the clock, at advantage Hull KR. And it all came about off this kick. Jay Field couldn't handle it. Tyrone May reacts first, Whitbread on top of it. Harry Smith comes screaming in, but it's the short ball there. The big get out of my way. And Jesse Sue scores the opening one tonight, Dave.
Wow, what a start. We knew it was going to be a special night. Willie Peters feels that's a special start, and that really has set things up.
Yeah, Willie Peters delighted. Just on that play, it's Brad O'Neill who's late out of the ruck. He can't get back to the line in time, and that puts Harry Smith under all sorts of pressure. He comes flying in, but if we're brutally honest, it's just a one-on-one tackle miss from Liam Farrell, so dependable over a decade plus in the Wigan shirt, and he just can't handle the power from Jesse Sue.
Mikey Lewis with a chance to add the 2. Kicking at the end where the Wigan fans are. You can see it's a big crowd here tonight, a home sellout. Every single home place on the terraces and in the stands has been sold out, and quite a lot of Wigan fans have travelled over as well tonight. There's a little bit of a hesitation here because I think the referee is just getting through a few technicals sorting out. Tom Grant.
Go back to the point we made earlier, Dave. You know, only 6 minutes on the clock, and we're talking about the kicking game from both halves and how crucial and important tonight that will be. But it was Mikey Lewis's kick from dummy half that put Jay Field under all sorts of pressure, which led to the field position for this try.
So here comes Lewis, settling himself, and over it goes. There was a time when they were having problems with goal kickers, less so these days. That's 12 for the season for Lewis. Okay, our lead here, 6-0.
Yeah, Elliot Minchella with a beautiful soft short pass. It's a simple miss. He'll be disappointed with that, Farrell.
Second try of the season for Sir. And off we go again with Harry Smith's restart, and Ryan Hall will collect. Kingston Rovers building from deep again here. Scene is set. I think it was Sam who was saying in the build-up tonight that Hull KR probably needed to score first if they were going to win the game. Well, they've done that. But where do they go from here? Lytton has a little dash himself. O'Neill, his opposite number, just about grabs a hold. May goes wide. This is Hiku now, trying to stand up Wardle, but they've dragged him close to that touchline.
They've came to play tonight, Dave. They're willingly moving the ball from deep inside their own half, trying to catch Wigan on the edges.
Well, there's some psychological blows to be landed here tonight, not just in a Super League context, because Hull KR win. They know they can challenge the big boys. Here comes Lytton. But they are to be considered one of the big boys. And, of course, these two meet again in the Challenge Cup in 2 or 3 weeks' time in a semi-final. So there will be plenty of tales to be told in the next few weeks. Here's Field. This is French waiting at dummy half, and Abbas Miski now will carry it forward. French at a dummy half again. This is Kieran, Adam Kieran, the centre. That Wigan three-quarter line, that back line has been fairly resilient throughout the season. A couple of changes last week, but it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 most weeks they played this year. Here comes Thompson.
And again, I'll go to the contrasting styles of how Wigan are clearing their own end, just through carries, simple carries in and around the ruck. Harry Smith now with a chance, with a huge kick from the halfway line.
Clock around the head as YJ Fielder's getting a bit of treatment, but he's okay. He's back in position as Hull Kingston Rovers. In Joe Burgess, the former Wigan winger, finds himself in possession. Now he bends his back. Sue will carry forward again. Things just settling a little here in terms of noise and atmosphere, but it remains quite a tough environment out there at the moment. Hall. Here's Litton. Little scamper. Minchella going right. Whitbread's involved. May's involved. Hiku stepping back, but Wigan's defence is honest. Evolts. Just having a look down that blind side as well, and May, they're creating some numbers here, and Burgess will step back on the inside. They're travelling well again here, but they've only one play left in this set. May going blind again down that right side. Was there a Wigan touch? Yes, there was. It's a repeat set again for Hull KR, and then a penalty because of the interference. I don't think it changes much. You'd think they'd tap and go here.
Well, they've started fast here of the Robins. Just that little detail, that short side play, it just shows that the head is in the game. Everybody thinking, everybody moving at speed. It's the Warriors who've got to defend this set.
Hicker with a tap. May back towards the middle. It's driven in by Whitbread. They're getting closer. They're sensing potential again here. Sue once more, this time unable to blast them away. That roar of Sue going round this Sewell Craven Park Stadium. Back it comes to Litton. This now is Lewis. Lining up with Evolls. Evolls, the pass away, the dummy away, and it's a second try. Ollie Gildart, this time is over. They're going to have a look.
Time off. Tackle 2, Liam. Leave a try.
Try on the field. What about the video ref? Let's hear from him right now.
Okay, it's tackle 2. The live decision is a try on field, so we're just looking at the grounding to confirm Gildart does get the ball to the line. So he's in possession at this point. Still in possession. Any other angles, available angles, just to confirm that ball does touch the ground. Yeah, this might be the one. This might help. Just keep playing this through. Yeah, any other angles just to finish on the shot with the ball on the line, please. Yeah, keep rolling. Yeah, you can see that the ball's over the line at that point. If we can go back to the first angle you showed me, please, we'll finish on that one. So we're real slow on this with the ball on the line. Keep rolling from here. Keep rolling. Thank you. I've made my decision.
Well, this has been an electrifying start for Hull Kingston Rovers. Ollie Gildart, 7 years in the cherry and white, proving himself reliant for the Robins tonight, and it is a second try for them.
And a beautiful try as well, David was. That man will be delighted. A try against his former club. He's been missing for the last 4 games. And OKR, haven't they just started really, really quick? Again, the width of pass and just beautiful soft hands. And Ollie Gildart, well, he just gets round Adam Kieran far too easy. Again, basic, fundamental errors in defence from the champions. And Ollie Gildart, he just takes that all day long. Bevan French can't do enough to stop it. Then it's 10-0 in the blink of an eye.
Wow. Well, we saw what Huddersfield did to St Helens last night, something similar. And that was that in terms of scoring. So this isn't a cert by any stretch of the imagination.
But again, Dave, I just think that Hull KR at the moment, this game perhaps means a little bit more to them. You know, they're moving the ball in yardage, they're taking short sides, they're spraying it from one side of the field to the other. They're really testing and challenging that group of players there, and they can't cope with it at the moment. They're not quite there at the levels of intensity that's needed when you come all the way over here to Hull KR, given that the fact that, you know, what they're doing so far this season is putting them in from pretenders to contenders.
Well, only 12.5 minutes played, so let's not get carried away completely here. But
Oh, absolutely not.
those opening 12.5 minutes, I can't think any other team has shell-shocked Wigan quite like this in that kind of a period.
Well, look, that's exactly what I mean. You know, we have to call exactly what we see, and so far, the team in red and white, well, they're just absolutely blitzing their opposition at the moment.
So Mikey Lewis settles himself again here. Tougher kick, this one. Not quite on the touchline, but close enough to make this a very difficult angle. 1 out of 1 so far. He's playing with confidence, loads of confidence. Missed out that Catalan game last week, which Hull KR suffered that heavy defeat, but back tonight with his kicking at prowess out of hand, but not off the tee on that occasion. 1 out of 2, 10-0 it remains.
Yeah, he just pulls it a little bit right to that stick. But again, the width of pass there to Mikey Lewis, who just takes the line on, and Adam Kieran just gets far too interested, loses his hips, and Gildart with the balance just to evade outside of him. And he has the ability there just to put the ball down as he rolls over the line.
Well, how do Wigan respond here?
Well,
Champion club by pedigree.
they have to show a bit of whack. Tyler Dupree, Nasemba and Ellis in there.
Go on, line's good.
Lewis.
Look at the shape again, Dave.
Again, they're going wide again early. Burgess, having stepped in, carries some of that duty as well.
Hold me, hold. Go to
May.
Smith.
This time a little more direct, and good carry as well. Batchelor,
Go,
Lytton, back in there. Sue.
Good footwork.
Move back.
Gets in between Thompson. Quick play of the ball. Lytton takes off again.
Tries to punch the ball to Whitbread. The referee decides it bounces forward off the forward's chest. So Wigan get a bit of a gift here.
Well, they have a first opportunity. The pass was on. It was just a take. Whitbread would have liked to be able to collect this. He threw a huge hole in between Nasemba and French. But you're right, Dave. It's the Warriors' opportunity to respond. The scrum centre field, 40 metres away from the home side's line. Perhaps the first time that we'll get to see them put a sequence of play on.
Straight in, Harry.
The Robins looking for a big push, but it comes out safely. O'Neill skips it on to Smith, and here comes Field, and Jay Field tries to step inside. Hiku loses his footing. May completes the tackle, but Tyrone May looks as though he might have hurt himself there. He'll try and run that one off. Now it's Farrell.
Pull back. Hold L.
O'Neill's back in. It's Wigan's chance to lay a little bit of a siege on this Rovers line. Dupree. 3 tackles to go in the set. It's back with O'Neill. Looks to his right and French to Nsemba, and Nsemba showing his athleticism and power, and Mikey Lewis doing well to hang on there. Got a little bit of help from his teammate Hadley as well. This is Ellis. Last play, Wigan. 1 chance in this set now. O'Neill to Smith, back to Field. Field out wide. Wardle with a footwork, but he's not good enough to beat Hiku, who slides in and makes a very telling and important tackle.
Yeah, too easy to defend there for Hull KR. The player before will definitely see that again with Nasemba running in and around Mikey Lewis, just a sheer mismatch in size. Nasemba 23 carries 148 metres against Castleford. Certainly one for the future.
Tom Apachik is probably the biggest miss for Hull KR tonight. We're going to have got a few out, Byrne, Isa, Walters, but he's very much a fair representation, both sides of their strengths in terms of personnel.
Yeah, the positive for the Warriors, of course, they get Cooper.
That's a great offload.
And Cooper getting some more game time after a short stint off the bench. Offload here, Lytton looking and scheming again.
Devon French with a thunderous hit on Lytton to stop him in his tracks after those consecutive offloads. Whitbread, heavy carry. Halfway through the tackle count, halfway down the field. It's with May. Lewis kicking early and just trying to catch Field out, but the bounce is kind enough for Field. But he's not travelling far.
No, the left edge of Hull KR there, just chasing hard, taking time and space away from Field. We just see The stats there heavily in favour of Hull KR at the moment. 66% possession.
There is a durability about Wigan, though, isn't there? That you never expect them to get blown away. And you sense that they will just dig in mentally here to play themselves back in the game.
Well, it's not often that you see a side go 3 scores up against Wigan.
Here's French. Spins downfield and into the hands of Niall Evalds, who brings it back with a little bit of intent, but Wigan's defensive chase is good enough.
Yeah, that's what, going back to my point. You know, if Hull KR were to score again, then Wigan to be in a position that they're not used to being in.
Look at that carry for Ryan Hall, still doing. He's off to Leeds next year, isn't he? Back to his spiritual home to finish his career. But turning it up for Hull Kingston Rovers in the meantime. Litton, Minchella, Sue, and now May, and May goes wide, and Hiku has to leap a little but comes down with fancy footwork to find a bit of a route back towards the middle. And Hadley was making a run that Hiku, I think, was looking at, but couldn't put his arms through and has lost it. And now Miski. Miski with a push. Here's French. This is Thompson.
He's in great form, Luke Thompson.
I was going to ask you that, as a former teammate of his, what have you made of his return to Super League this season?
I think he's been quality. He's in great form, carrying the ball hard and direct and doing exactly what his coach wants him to do. Had a terrific time at St Helens with him, of course, but a couple of seasons in the NRL, and it's good to see him back here. Dupree now.
Well, they've restarted the tackle count as well here. 6 again, the referee yelled. So Wigan making progress and being helped on their way, and well, Burgess came out to try and close things down, and maybe that made it a tattier pass than would have been expected. It's back with Smith. Still got loads of plays to go here, Wigan, though. They find themselves in a decent position. O'Neill. Ellis, French steps away from Lewis, and that's given the opportunity for it to be pumped wide for Miski, and Miski cuts in, but between the Gildart and Hall doing the defensive tough stuff. Here's French again, and now Smith, and Farrell cuts back on that angle. Still to score his first try of the season, Liam Farrell. O'Neill goes left, Smith now goes wider. The hand is forced to Marshall. Marshall with a kick, the ball bounces. It's not played out, the referee says. Still the 6th play. Sue's got some work to do. And, well, it's offside. Offside. I was going to say that was a good chase by Bevan French, but given that he was in front of the kicker, that's probably why.
Yeah, good defence again from that right edge. Just look at the work that James Batchelor does under the ball, just to make Harry Smith pass that ball a little bit earlier. A little bit of lack of timing. Liam Marshall arrives on that pass. Waddle kicks through.
He was behind French, wasn't he? But O'Neill was within 10 metres, and he was clearly offside. Yeah. So that's what's given that penalty away.
They survived the first 2 attacking sets that the Warriors have thrown at them.
So Robbins with a chance to get a foothold in their opponent's half again here. After that brilliant, bright start they made with the 2 tries in the opening 11 minutes. Looking good for their lead at the moment, midway through this first half.
Yeah, the pace of the game just seems to have dropped after that blistering start. They move the ball again here. Kalepi Tanganoa, real handful.
Litton, Hadley, Minchella, and May with a short pass, and Batchelor is stalking through.
Again, they're moving it from one side of the field to the other, making everybody accountable.
Back to May. There's a general in the middle. Lewis to Hadley. Hadley just straightening things up.
Keep going, keep play on.
1 play to go. So what do they do from here? It goes to Tyrone May. They're going to go through hand here. A little flick back. Evalds has to drop on it. Keeps alive because it is still the 5th tackle. It's with Hiku, who kicks for the corner. Field picks it up. And Wigan survive, but start from a very difficult position.
Yeah, scruffy end to the set from the home side, no doubt about that. But you're right, Dave. They have to carry the ball again away from their own end. And it's tackle 2. They're just 12 or 13 metres away. Abbas Miski now Tries to roll forward, but met again by 3 shirts. You can't get any more meters there.
O'Neill comes wide to French, and French looking to inject a little bit of his magic, but spells ain't working at the moment. Was Nsemba taken high? Yes, he was.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to hit Junior Nsemba high,
you need a step.
Exactly, that'll be disappointing. It's Gildart who just comes across, tries to put pressure on, and just has a high right swinging arm. And that is really, really disappointing for Hull KR. Put him in a real good position there.
Well, here's a big set coming up. Wigan with a chance to start deepish inside their opponent's half. Thompson. Settling carry. O'Neill, they're lined up to the left. It's with Smith. It's Ellis. So 4 plays to go. O'Neill. Back to Smith again. Oh, it's been dropped by Cooper. Well, he's relatively rusty.
Fresh onto the field. It's his first involvement. It's a wide pass from Smith. And Cooper, so much experience, just can't quite take it in.
Played, of course, the last big minutes he played was that World Club Challenge against Penrith. He was on the bench against Cass last week, building his minutes as well as he gets back to full fitness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a reminder at the bottom there that loads of rugby league to look forward to on Sky Sports. Shot clock. I think that's the first I've seen this season. They failed to feed the scrum before the shot clock ran down, and that gives Hull Kingston Rovers a penalty.
Well, I talked about Willie Peters being disappointed from Ollie Gildart catching Nsemba. Well, Matty Pete will be furious with his side that they're not able to pack that scrum in the time given. And they're moving it again here. There's a chance at Ryan Hall.
Gildart with a quick pass and Hall on the outside. Play on, he's got rid of a couple of defenders and now got rid of the ball, and Tanganella will take a few more strides towards that glory. Here's Litton. Minchella to Hadley. Hadley with a dummy. He fancies a go. Penalty Wigan. Penalty Hull KR, I should say.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here, Dave. They're in a good position. Back-to-back penalties. It's Brad O'Neill this time. And Mikey Lewis just decides to protect that 10-12 with a kickable kick, really. 27 metres away. Just in line with that right-hand post. 12-0.
Well, he'd have settled for that at the start of the game, wouldn't he? A chance, and he knows his side are in a real battle here, but then he wouldn't have been fooled into thinking this wasn't going to be a real battle here tonight. As you've mentioned, Wigan have had their travails here in recent times. There have been some close games that the away team have won, but there have been some games that Hull KR have got away with as well.
Well, there's no doubt that Wigan Warriors are a champion side with high-quality players who can flip a game on its head in an instant. But at the moment, based on 25 minutes, it's the home team, Dave, that are just playing with far more vigour, far more intent, running harder, moving the ball, and it's causing the Wigan defence all sorts of problems.
Well, everybody settles back. Chance to save a few voices amongst the fans on the terraces and in the stands. Just waiting patiently for Mikey Lewis's third attempt at goal here tonight. This by far the easiest. Well, he struck it well, and the flags are up, and it is 12 points to 0 to Hull Kingston Rovers, and they're delighted.
The fans all loud and proud at the moment. Mikey Lewis just slots it and makes it into 12.
That club are on the rise in this last couple of years. It only seems like 5 minutes. It was a few years ago, wasn't it, when they lost here to Salford in that ridiculously incredible £1 million game, the Golden Point defeat, when Hull Kingston Rovers fans stayed on the ground for a long time afterwards, wondering what had just happened. Castleford 18, London 0. So the team without a win this season, trailing again, and there's a scoreline. Leeds 6, Catalan 0. But still early stages in all the games, relatively speaking. things can move, things can shake, and things can definitely change. Lewis. Lytton just following on the inside, just in case there was a ball to be popped away, but Wigan's defence did its job. And here comes Minchella, and May again, and now they're creating a bit of space. Well, they would have been. Burgess been able to keep hold of that. It's another knock-on, and it's another chance for Wigan to build on territory.
Yeah, again, just shipping the ball out to that right-hand side, and it's Wardle just putting Burgess under all sorts of pressure. He can't take it in, spills the ball. You just get a sense and a feeling, Dave, that that could be a huge moment within this game. You know, I know there's only 27 minutes on the clock, but you feel already at this stage that the next try is such a big one, whichever way it goes.
Well, no flashes of brilliance from those Wigan backs so far. Is that about to change? Here's Smith, who's given a chance to run. But quickly, the door closes. It's Field, who's into that dummy half position. In fact, he's quickly moved out of the way by Cruz Leeming, who's on from the bench. So Leeming injecting himself straight away into the action here. Looking left, Mago, another one fresh from the interchange with a big drive as well. It's taking three of them to eventually put the brakes on. But they have an opportunity. Switched back to Smith, all the way to French. French putting on the footwork, shakes away one defender. Hadley goes seeking in there to pull him down. Couple of plays to go. Leeming again. Mago to his left. Leeming trying to dance through himself, which leaves them one chance in this set. Mago bends his back. Smith now reaching high, looking for a kick. French was after it, but so too was Lytton, and mops up the danger, and Hulkingston Rovers have it back once more.
Yeah, well read there from Jez Lytton. Just anticipated Harry Smith sliding that kick through with Bevan French chasing. He's just able to work hard on the opposite side of the ruck and collect that ball, diffuse the threat.
There's Ryan Hall. Bang crash, and up he gets again. Here's Tanganoa. Castleford extending their lead against London. Such a tough season for the Broncos. The inevitability of their relegation even before a ball was kicked hasn't helped. Oh, Hicko shaken a couple away, and he's got support as well, and it's Evalds. Evalds got some pace, but so has Marshall, but Hicko stayed there in support, and Petter Hicko is over to score. It is third score on the bounce for Hulkingston Rovers, if it's given. What's he given? Soft try score, soft signal score, I should say.
Okay, it's tackle 4. The live decision is a try on the field, so Hiku's in possession at this point. Just play through here, please. Still in possession. Still in possession. And the ball is grounded. I've made my decision.
They bounced their way through, they have sliced their way through. It's the third try of the night for Hulkingston Rovers. Petter Hiku, the latest over the whitewash. And the Robins at the moment are in command.
Yeah, and the Warriors are in uncharted waters at the minute. And it's Petter Hiku, 6 tries in the last 6 games, a man in white-hot form. And he starts it all off with the dancing feet, the footwork through the centre of the field. He just slices through. Nyla Val's pushing up in support. You just see, he just gets rid of Liam Farrell and Harry Smith far too easily. Cuts them open through the centre of the field. Nyla Val's in support. And he has a little bit of work to do there before the end. Liam Marshall just trying his best, but the damage is done. And again, that little footwork snaps hard off his left foot and just has the pace to go up the middle of the field. And the Warriors, with Mikey Lewis's kick to come, are staring down the barrel of an 18-0 gun, Dave.
Which is the biggest margin they had been behind in a game since St Helens in June last year. So this season they've never been that far behind, and most of last season they were never this far behind. So they are in uncharted waters, to use your expression.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to find a way to win in the most uncomfortable situations, as Mikey Lewis makes it 18-0. And the Warriors, Dave, they have got it all to do, but at the moment, they're just not at the races, Dave. I mentioned it early in the piece, there was some worrying warning signs, but this just gets rid of quality defender there in Farrell. And it's a beautiful score if you look at it through a set of Robin's eyes. Look what it means to the coach. And him as well. Oh, he's back for worse.
Wow. That is one thing you do not want to do. Goes without saying, Harry Smith puts it straight out of play. So straight away, Hulkingston Rovers with a chance to launch an attacking six. Mikey Lewis finds touch. There's the kick.
It's out by some distance, Dave, as well.
Well, Ryan Hall putting his foot out of play. He didn't even need to touch that, did he? It was sailing away. So here come Hull KR again. 8 minutes of this, from their point of view, dream half remaining. 3 tries already, and searching a fourth.
Come on, second time I've told you.
Minchella is gonna just set things steadily again. So there's opportunities on that right side, which is where Litton's going, but also on the left-hand side to where the ball is coming back. That's a big hit from Mago. Shaker for Luckley. May again, a kick and a chase. He was tackled after the ball went away. Well, Tyrone May's claiming a penalty there, but the referee says play on. We're going to got work to do here, though.
Yeah, 5 metres away from the line. Abbas Miski now. That's a decent carry to pinch 15 metres or so. And Tyrone May here appealing for a challenge there between Cooper and Mago. He doesn't get it coming.
It was borderline, wasn't it? At the very least. But
Oh,
now
good
Leeming
break
with
here.
a big escape play. Brilliant stuff from Cruz Leeming. Looking for support. Across comes Burgess, who's travelled a long way to shut down that break. But Leeming had a dummy half. And now it's with Smith. And Smith left to Wardle. And Wardle looks to step. And the ball is lost, I think. I think he's lost it. So from bright beginnings to a disastrous end, and Hull KR get it back again.
Oh, look, Willie Peters will be delighted here, because when the break's on, just keep your eyes on the number of shirts there that have failed to get back behind the ball. They work ever so hard, and when the ball shifted, the numbers just turn up. Great work from Burgess, from Marker, to get to the opposite end and get the ball back.
Well, he sensed the danger early and was quickly on his travels, wasn't he? So Hulkingston Rovers' lead of 18 points to 0 remains intact, but it was looking a little vulnerable. A flash of brilliance from Leeming, and now it's the other hooker, Litton. He's trying to show what he can do. Minchella straightening it up, pushing on a yard or two, danced around by those Wigan defenders. One play to go.
He's causing the problem in his own route, mate.
Mikey Lewis sticks it high in the air. Should be Miski, is Miski. But again, it's a difficult starting point.
Yeah, great take. Carbon copy, just high kick into the corner.
That,
challenging the Warriors.
Those missed tackles, Wigan have missed 16 so far. That is very
unlike. Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with that, Dave.
Move! Hold.
Penalty.
And that's relieving for them. Sam Luckley just holding down far too long in the tackle on Mike Cooper. Wins his side a penalty. Just able to punch that ball down and now cross over into Hull KR territory with Thompson.
Well, I'd suggest this is a really vital 5 minutes here, because Wigan's score before the break, suddenly their mood is lifted.
Well, yes, but not by... They've been way off their standards, Dave. It has to be said.
Casa romping it, by the way, 30 points to 0 in the first half against London. Lee still leading by 6 points to 0 against Catalan in the other game tonight. But 18-0 here for Hull KR.
Wait there.
You'd have been brave to predict that scoreline at this stage of the game. But Holkingston Rovers deserving it, and Wigan
4.
not at their best so far.
Absolutely deserving it. You know, their attitude at the start of the game has been exceptional. Leeming chopped down there by Hadley. Important tackle.
Thompson at dummy half, we know he's not going to scoot. Mago puts it back to Smith. Smith now to French. French trying to create something with that boot of his. Ryan Hall knows the danger and smothers it out of play. Well, it's a scrum, I think. It is a scrum.
Yeah, Ryan Hall just catches this. And then the hit, he throws it into the touch just there. He loses the ball, goes over the sideline.
Just wonder whether it would be more advantageous to actually get a drop out underneath the sticks rather than give away a scrum here, because...
One sec, Mark is in tight. Mikey!
Well, it's a handover. It's a handover.
Back foot! Cheers!
Here we go. So it is still 13 against 13. Farrell. Carrying it in.
Release him!
5 away. Leeming out of dummy half. It's back with Cooper. Cooper's not going too far before that enthusiastic Robins defence comes to meet him. Here's Leeming. Field. Marshall's got a lot of work to do from that left-hand side, but he's hungry for it.
Surrender!
But again, danger quickly snubbed out.
Go 3, you surrendered.
Leeming.
3. It's okay, still 3.
Thompson. Ain't renowned for his footwork
4.
and his dash and dart, but plenty of muscularity there to keep that Rovers defence honest. Leeming puts it back. Smith out to French. Here's danger. French with a flick away, but the pass was at the ankles of Abbas Miski. And it's a wasted opportunity.
Bevan French just tries to burn Gildart for pace and almost does that. Ryan Hall just showing so much patience and experience. Look at his body position here. He's able to double defend that. And the skill on the end from French wasn't what it needed to be. The pass was round the bootlaces of Miski. I feel that Ryan Hall would have had him covered.
Time's off.
Well, he does a lot with ball in hand, Ryan Hall, but
yeah, just look at this here. He's able to check Bevan French if he was to carry that and push off. But it's the skill from French just at the end there. Good shot from December.
He sought his man out there. I think he almost surprised Ryan Hall. He came flying in. This is Burgess.
2.
Just on Ryan Hall, Dave, he'll be 37 when he makes an appearance next season over at Leeds. An incredible athlete. Just look at the meters as well. Speaking of Ryan Hall, he would have contributed to those stats, no doubt about that. 100 more meters. And their opposite numbers. Tanganoa, half a chance.
Through. Almost through. Cooper just grabbing hold of his ankle, and then Litton will take it on again. Is there time for another Robins try? Well, they're running out of tackles. So Lewis will kick. Field underneath it. Watches carefully, catches safely, and Gildart makes the tackle.
You've got to tighten up. Wigan in and around the ruck. Just get too quick. Litton running a number of times. Good line speed there from him on Miski. Just chops him down.
Hold.
Mago. Smith getting it away quickly. Farrell immediately feeding it out to Marshall. Marshall flicks it away. This is Wardle. This is danger. Wardle now inside again. Leeming. There's a lot of Hull KR defenders back there. They've flooded back, but Wigan almost finding a way through. Farrell to Field. Field cuts back to where it came from, and Field's going to take them on. But they tighten up and close him down. Leeming again, 2 tackles to go, 17 seconds to go. Is there a sting in the tail of this first half? Smith with a kick over the top. Miski tries to help, it's on his way. Ryan Hall's across there to do what needed to be done, and that will be the end of what has been a breathtaking first period. The coach has left the building already to get down there, I'm sure, to congratulate his team on that first half. But that was breathtaking. Ollie Gildart, a scorer against his former side. Abbas Miski's had a couple of chances, but Ryan Hall always seems to have been there. Lots to talk about from those Wigan players, but Rovers have been rampant at times, and they lead 18-0 at half-time.
Dave Kyle, thank you very much. Wow. What a 40 minutes on this Betfred Super League Friday night here on Sky Sports against the champions Wigan, a side that have lost just one game in their last 20. Willie Peters, Hull KR have responded in style to their round 8 defeat. After the break, we'll hear from two men who predicted comfortable Warriors wins, Sam Tompkins and John Wilkin, coming up shortly.
The Rovers were winning 26-0 at half-time and lost 42-26.
Wow.
He's great at parties, is Prockers, bringing the mood down for those Hull KR fans who are dominant. He's just correcting me, 42-36 was a full-time score. Can you see that? Can you see Wigan getting back into this game, Kyle, as his second half starts?
Potentially, yes, but we'll find out within the opening stages of where their intent is. Sent out to the field early through Matty Pete. And this promises to be an important 40 minutes. For Hull KR, Dave, I believe that if they are going to be put into that bracket of contenders, they cannot lose. They cannot lose this 18-0 lead.
Got to get the job done tonight, but we know Wigan's pedigree. And they have 40 minutes to put this
there's a mistake
right.
early on.
Well, it's a bit of an untidy start, isn't it?
A late offload from Mago, and it looked like on first vision that Cruz Leeman spilled the ball. The referee in a far better position than I am.
There's Cooper in a tangle. Have a look.
Yeah, you could argue there. It bounces up off his knee, hits the right arm. They get away with it. Mago now just carrying the ball hard. So often wins a quick play of the ball for his side.
Little things can have a big influence on games, so do we look back on that? Anyway, Rovers back in possession here. There's Burgess. Good chase by Wigan. There's a sign of intent here by that defensive effort.
Yeah.
Castleford still romping against London, by the way, as you can see.
And Sam Tompkins, John Wilkin mentioned about the work that the backfield has done for the Robins. And Wigan obviously targeting that area by driving Burgess back.
Well, down the middle, they're taking it at the moment. Hadley with another carry. Rovers fans reasonably comfortable so far. Here's Luckley. They'll feel a little more comfortable if their side can get another score. If they do score first in this second half, suddenly it becomes a bit more of a party atmosphere. Miski with a catch, looking to return.
Look, Dave, whenever you've got Field and French in your side, you've always got an opportunity to win the game. And all those guys, they only need half a yard and they're gone. Challenges for Hull KR to not present themselves, not give them an opportunity. Liam Farrell straightens up and just crosses over the halfway line.
One Wigan try might be all it takes to cause a few butterflies amongst the Robins. And Semba. Leeming carved them up down the middle in the first half with that wonderful run out of dummy half. Now it comes to Smith, who puts it back to Field. They're looking to isolate and create some room. Marshall, but look how well Hiku got across there. Marshall, in desperation, tries to keep it alive, but the ball hits the whitewash. They're claiming that there was a Robins hand on that.
Look, it's not how the set ends by, it's not how the set ends by any stretch, but the lovely soft hands there through Mago just creates that small opportunity. And Peter Hiku is able to rescue the situation. Marshall throws the ball behind, and it's Wardle. He actually does well here to keep it in. That part's okay, but it's when Wardle reacts.
Yeah. Touch judge right on the spot there to give that correct decision. So Hull Kingston Rovers looking to build again. Tanginoa with that carry. Lytton, dummy half. Lewis with a quick hands. Gildart can't spoon it on again because of the attention of Alice Miski. So Lytton, and the step. He was hit by Mago, but he was clearly going down. Elliot Minchella. And now a kick out of dummy half. It's behind the 40-metre mark, but it's not really going to tickle the touchline. It's an easy take here for Field with a good piece of footwork there from Jay Field. And we're going to force to start from just about 28 metres from their own line here.
Elliot Minchella down in back play, just regathers his feet after that slip and that collision with Mago.
Time off, tackle 2.
Miski just dealed it, just carrying the ball too far forward off the mark. Cooper.
We were told that was going to be a penalty this year, carrying it off the mark, but seen a number of referees being very kind to the ball-carrying team on those occasions. This is Farrell. And here's Leeming. And he's going to go again here, Cruz Leeming, but they're ready and waiting. Smith picks up, chip over the top to try and catch them out, bounces awkwardly, and Evalds' footwork almost slipping. It's still a heavy-looking pitch here. I mean, we saw a game here a couple of weeks ago, and it looked like they were playing in mud and needed Wellingtons on, but it looks better, but it still looks a heavy pitch, doesn't it? Not the most comfortable for footwork.
No, you're right there, but Harry Smith just putting the ball into the corner. Burgess, oh, he had a chance to move the ball there. Could get him on this short side here.
Referee says play on, just get on with it. So they do. Evalds pushing it out to Hall. So they're going to finish the set inside their opponent's half here, you'd think, because a couple of plays still to go. This is Hadley. Lewis just going down that blind side. What kind of a kick do we expect from him? He's just challenging with a bit of height. Field was, I think, trying to get that left foot in the in-goal area to try and get the tackle. Can on the 7, but he can't do that, but he can do this, which is an enticing run that clears the lines.
Yeah, great work there from James Batchelor, the competition's top tackler. He's there again. Just to chop down Jay Field before he could race away.
Marshall up to play, Leeming back on the inside. Wardle, no hint of footwork there, just a straight carry from him. Leaves a couple on the field.
Seem to be playing with a bit more speed now. To Wigan, moving the ball here.
Smith to French, and Kieran with a step back on the inside. Wanted to keep that going, but defenders make that an impossible task. Miski, Leeming, and here's Mago with a push. The big push. But again, they've reached the last play. Leeming goes out, French carries it on, chipping towards the corner. Evalds has to judge the bounce and does. And he does have it safely back, but this time it's the Robins' turn to start from that difficult position.
Yeah, well, they started the last set 10 metres away from the opposite side of the field. And French just exploring now that right edge, asking Ryan Hall to carry the ball forward out of backfield.
There's a patience to Wigan's play, just building a little bit of pressure.
Oh,
that's a scruffy pass. Batchelor running into two winning defenders. So they're having problems getting away from this end of the field. Taken in by Sue. 30 away from their own line when they're forced to kick, and Leeming's come out quickly, but that has given a bit of space for Evalds, who tries the creative kick. Smith across on the cover. We can get it back. Close to the halfway.
Great work there from Harry Smith to anticipate Hiku threading that ball over the top.
Ethan Havard is on the field. 8 minutes into the second half. A lot of observers will be watching him closely. That terrible hamstring injury in the grand final. This is his first outing since, and this is his first carry since that night at Old Trafford. And he's leading Wigan's charge here.
Yeah, that'll do him the world of good. It's that early touch.
Smith
Good
has
hands.
to get rid of it. Field onto Wardle. Wardle holds it up. Hiku gets to him. This is Leeming, and a little slow, but he has delivered a pass, but Havard on his knees.
That's brilliant work there. Great line speed. Cruz Leeming didn't anticipate that coming. He manages to get the ball away, but it's not what he would have wanted to do. He was rushed due to the line speed of the home side. And listen to the crowd, Dave. Just listen to them.
Rovers still dominant. Wigan's hopes of fixing things up not happening at the moment. Lee have extended their lead against the Catalan, 12 points to 2. Significant scoreline there, and Castleford just filling their boots against London for what will surely be now their second win of the season. London still winless. And Hull Kingston Rovers looking to set up some territory down the other end of the field if they can. Working hard from inside their own half so far this half, for the most part. Evans slips. This is Hadley. Here's Litton. Lewis gets some height. It was Unsemba who got to him on that occasion. Put Lewis on his backside, but all fair in Love and Rugby League. And Field now with a wonderful break, and here's Marshall, and we know he's got plenty of pace. Marshall down this right-hand side, puts the pass behind Liam Farrell. May picks it up, and straight away the Robins are looking to turn a defence into attack here.
Yeah, brilliant work there from Jay Field, who does all the damage and just slips the pass to Marshall. And just a sloppy pass on the end of it. Perhaps would have been, if he had his time again, just take his medicine, take the tackle.
How many times have we seen Liam Farrell score tries in that situation, backing up those kind of breaks, but the ball was nowhere near him.
No, it was a good metre and a half behind him.
Hadley. It's the Rovers fans who are providing all the noise, as you'd expect at the moment. On a night when expectations were high, in a season when they're hoping to deliver some silverware, they're laying down a marker so far here, and Tanginoa is making more than a mark. He's leaving some bruises on his opponents as well.
That's a great run there from Tanginoa, gets rid of Thompson and just slices through the middle of the field.
They've got numbers on this right-hand side, with May looking to create something. Evolds now step inside from Hiku. This is the last, so Hiku will want to get rid of it, and he does. And now Evans picks it up, and they've got a bit of space on that left-hand side. Gildart with a step. Good recovery from the Wigan defence, but not good enough. And Gildart tries to throw it inside, but finds touch. Thrilling end to another set. Wigan hanging on here.
Yeah, hanging on, absolutely. Just in that set there, just getting rid of defenders, bouncing on, not quite finishing tackles off. Spoke about the missed tackles at half-time. There was a number in that set there. It's KR's turn now to up the ante in defence. Really apply pressure to Wigan as they come out of their own end. Miskey, well, he does that so well for the Warriors. Just carries the ball hard and direct and does his job 10 metres plus.
Leeming inside, and Semba. Big galloping effort. Leeming. Ellis puts it back to Smith, and Smith away to Field, and there's been a threat down this left-hand side a couple of times in this second half, and it took an ankle tap by Burgess, and then the follow-up tackle from May to snuff that one out momentarily. That was a big ankle tap by Burgess, and what's the ref giving here? Penalty. Penalty, getting involved.
Well, Jay Field, in the last 3 sets, has caused this right edge of Hull KR all sorts of carnage. The penalty's being given away, an important ankle tap from Burgess it was. You just see, he shows him the outside, and Jay Field, he's so quick, but what an important tackle that was.
They were burning them up. This is huge at the moment, because Wigan are improving, but they need points. It's Havard, bounces around but takes the ground. Leeming spins it out to French. French over the top. Hall can't get there. Miskey does. It's the Harbour Bridge pass, and Abbas Miskey gives Wigan their first points of the night. Bevan French on the night of his 100th game, the creator, and Wigan have a glimmer.
Well, it all came about from the markers just not being square. It's May who just jumps off the mark, gives the penalty away. And then Jesse Sue comes flying in on Thompson. I thought Bevan French could have stepped off his right foot and finished that through that huge hole himself, but he decides to throw a superb ball over the top. A peach of a pass. And Miskey, a try scorer last week, well, he's in again on his 37th consecutive appearance for Wigan in Abbas Miski. The Lebanese international just glides over. Has 5 tries in his last 4 games. And a really important one. Could that be the moment, Dave, where Wigan claw the way back in this contest?
As we mentioned earlier, as Brian was mentioning earlier, Adam Kieran taking over the kicking duties from Harry Smith. It's quite a luxury Wigan have, isn't it? Having those 2 excellent goal kickers in their ranks. Smith has kicked them for the most part this year, 33 to his name, but as backup goal kicker, Adam Kieran's already got 15. He's got a big stand behind him, doing their level best to get inside his head. They need to go up in 6, Wigan. Otherwise, the task is still quite large. Kieran with a kick, and he's put it wide. He's put it wide. So 18 points to 4, and it remains a 3-score lead that Hull KR have.
You just see again, Devon French, he's got the time to wind that pass up. Ryan Hall does desperately so well to try and get a left hand to it, knock the ball out of its line. Abbas Miski holds his chalk.
Well, that is a score, isn't it? Lee 18, Catalan 2. So it is all getting congested, or it's going to be all getting congested at the top end of the table, isn't it?
That's what we want, Dave, isn't it? You know, a third of the season gone, and the runners and riders all still locked in there.
25 minutes to play. Still advantage the Robins, but suddenly Wigan have got a little bit of self-belief here. Not that they lack that for long anyway. Ellis.
4. Move! And again, James, wait there.
Here's Leeming. Thompson to his left, who is missed out for the sake of Smith, who was looking for the kick that has found the bounce, and Burgess picks up safely enough.
1. Move! Hold, Harry, hold.
Rovers players slowly getting behind to play the ball. Burgess will give them an extra second or 2 before he gets up and plays it, but I think he is genuinely injured there.
Yeah, he's in a bit of bother, Joe Burgess.
2. Move on the man, Ryan! Wait there, Cruz.
Change of dummy half. Matt Parcells on the field as well, though, isn't he?
Yeah, Staunton there with his first touch off the bench in the last 5, and another one tonight.
Lewis. Some red. Quite simply by Farrell, gets in there, shoulder in, and makes the tackle a good one. This is Parcell again. Sue with a tussle. Parcell puts it back to Lewis. Lewis kicking it end over end. Marshall is backing up and making that look very simple, and then just trusting his pace to get on the inside runners and almost scragging away through, but Staunton did just enough.
He's good now, they're good now.
It's intriguing, Kyle. Intriguing how it goes from here.
Yeah, you just get a sense as well that the fans here of the home side, they're feeling it as well. They know that this next 10 minutes is a big period. Jay Field now, he's coming more and more into life in this game.
He's been putting the frighteners on this this Hull KR defence, hasn't he? Havard.
4. Move on again, Jesse. Hold.
Leeming.
Go 4.
Ellis slings it back to Smith, who finds French, and this is happening at a pace now. Kieran out to Miski. Miski brushing away. 1, 2, but not 3 defenders, but he does get the pass away to Smith again. Smith with a chip towards Marshall. Marshall catches it on the full. Burgess there to meet him. Marshall can't get it away.
Well, had to be brave there, Burgess. It's almost a 50-50 in the air. Marshall gets it, left side short they come.
Smith
Farrell
to Farrell. And now it's with Wardle, who kicks back on the inside. Oh my word. They were queuing up.
Oh, there was
Luke
just
Thompson, the first to fumble.
You're right, Dave. There was just so many of them flooding through. And it's Thompson. Oh, that's a huge chance gone begging. Well, that, let me tell you something. As a front rower, that's one of them that keeps you awake at night, Dave. A rare opportunity just to get a simple bounce up of a ball and not take it in.
Well, Try scorers have had knack of being in the right place at the right time, and suggest that was the wrong place at the wrong time. Had he not been there, I think Wigan would have scored. So the Robins riding their luck.
Hold, Luke, hold.
Gildart up
Nice, Luke,
and
well
plays. Wrestling their way back towards this halfway line.
Move, Cruz, hold.
And with plenty of tackles to go as well here, with the extra tackle in the count because of that fumble in the in-goal area, and Hadley with a meaningful manoeuvre. This is May, gets it back. Oh, bit of a joy by Lewis. Was there a touch from French? No, there wasn't, and the referee says play on, and Mikey Lewis is tearing it up again. Mikey Lewis is running rings round that Wigan defence before eventually Field and Ellis do their level best to stop him, but Hull KR travelling a distance there. The pass is poor, but it's collected by Hiku, and Hiku stopped 10 away. Oh, he's got it away, not completed. Back it comes to May. May now looking for the big pass, looking on the inside. Scramble away.
Hold.
Sanginoa up and flicked out to May again. May with a dummy, double pump from him. Hands on it by Kieran. Knock on.
We're going to get 6 more here, Dave. But again, the inability of the Warriors to cope with offloads, to finish tackles off, players deemed to be tackled, bouncing back up and causing carnage again through the middle third of the field. And they get 6 more. It's Bevan French's right arm. They're under pressure.
60 minutes played, 20 to go. And another huge set. Another big moment. Hull Kingston Rovers looking to build on that lead and in prime position to do just that, but Wigan's defence doesn't give much away very often. First half tonight, an aberration on their form this season, but they are looking to fix things up here. But Robins have the scent of glory again. Parcell inside to May. May puts it back. Lewis bouncing away again from defenders. He's got such durability, and this will be Ryan Hall, try scorer extraordinaire. If it's given, one more close to a little piece of history, but if it's given, a little bit closer to a Robins win here tonight. Soft signal try. See it from the video referee.
Okay, it's tackle 2, live decisions a try, so we're confirming Ryan Hall does ground the ball. So touchline and grounding, please. He's in possession at this point, still in possession, hands on the ball, and the ball is grounded. I made my decision.
That's an incredible finish.
His 245th Super League try. He edges closer to Danny Maguire's 247. He's getting there in instalments. He'll pass it at some point. But the main mood at the moment from him is that he has just given his side, potentially now, a match-winning lead.
Quality player. Ryan Hall, 36-year-old, he just continues to deliver. But it's Mikey Lewis who's able to ride that tackle. Another missed tackle from the Warriors. And just passes soft, short ball to Ollie Gildart, who just feeds Ryan Hall. But this put down, he's got a lot of work to do here, just sheer upper body strength.
I've got to say, of those 245 previous tries in Super League and many, many more in the Challenge Cup and in international colours as well, how many have been like that? How many times has he scored that kind of try?
He's just a quality player, a terrific servant to the game of rugby league. Willie Peters is absolutely delighted with that. He pretty much knows now, with 18 minutes left on the clock, you can see the try scoring record from him. Josh Charnley creeping up in there as well.
Yeah, he's got one tonight, hasn't he, Josh? But I think they're both going again next year, aren't they? Yeah. Hall at Leeds, Charnley at Lee.
Josh Charnley, a little bit younger, perhaps has the years on his side. Well, Matty Pete, such an honest man, he'll no doubt put his hands up at the end of this and say, look, his side just had a bad day at the office, but let's credit OKR, and what they've been able to do tonight has been something that you don't often see against the champions.
Mikey Lewis can relax a little, but not too much, because if he puts this over, and he hasn't, 22 points to 4, 3 tries and 3 goals gets Wigan level. That's a huge ask, but a 4-score deficit would have quite obviously been much bigger, much tougher assignment. Smith puts it high. Evalds and Hall, both of them travelling. Looks as though they're going to collide with each other at one moment, and luckily for Niall Evalds' point of view, that didn't happen, because I think he would have come off second best. But safely gathered in again. Staunton for Hull Kingston Rovers. You see all the action that's coming up on Sky Sports. Remember, the only place where you can see every Super League game live this season, right here on Sky Sports. And while we're talking about greats, and Ryan Hall is undoubtedly one of those, don't forget this little poll we'll be conducting in the next couple of weeks. The greatest overseas player to play in Super League. My goodness, there'll be some debate about that, but we'll have a shortlist for you, I'm sure, before very long. You can get involved. We'll tell you how soon. This is taken by field. But Wigan need something that's not far short of a miracle now.
Yeah, and a solid set after points being scored. OKR, nothing flash, just getting through the work, kicking the ball back, and meaning that Liam Marshall on tackle 3. He's still 65 metres away from the Robbins line. There's now Farrell. Just tries to roll through the middle of the field, put on his back, a slow play of the ball.
Leaving. French opposite inside to Junior and Semba. As we've said before, looking forward to his career developing down the years. Yeah. Leaning. Ellis to Smith, and here comes Field again, offering that threat. Wardle quickly to Marshall. Marshall with a kick back on the inside. Well, the referee says play on. It looked like there was a potential offside there, but Leaming with a chip over the top, and back goes Mikey Lewis. Little discussion between the two.
Yeah, Mikey Lewis. He revels in those little moments, doesn't he, when he could just try and get under his opposition's skin. Neat kick there from Cruz Leaming. Cruz Leaming there. That's the part that Mikey Lewis didn't like. He knew he was already tackled over the dead ball line. And it comes to nothing.
So Lewis with the dropper. Wigan fans will probably point to the fact that the first game of last year, 2023, Wigan came here and were beaten in similar circumstances as they are being beaten here tonight. And I'd suggest the Hull KR fans will tell you, well, this is a very different Hull KR team who can build on this.
There's just a real good buzz around the club this season. You know, record season tickets being sold, the team doing well, improving year on year.
Smith back to French, and read superbly well by Burgess, who dashed out of the line and closed downfield. You're not going to bamboozle with us this time, and again they're out there.
Yeah, Elliot Minchella. Oh, he just undoes it right at the end. Terrific work, cutting down time and space from French. Brilliant work, just him dictating rather than the other way around. And once Parcell comes in and the tackle's complete, he shakes his head, but
yeah. Elbow had hit the ground, hadn't it? Ball carrying arm, the elbow had hit the ground, but Minchella will argue that he was getting up and trying to carry on, but that was tackle complete. Leaming, here's Ellis. Leaming again, Wigan well set, 4 plays to go, 10 metres to cover. Have they got the craft? Smith, oh, it's out to Marshall. Just for a moment I thought Burgess might be stepping in, but a high one will give Wigan another penalty.
Yeah, Marshall just hard off his left foot, and Hiku coming across at pace, just catches him high. It's a penalty.
So Wigan with another 6 plays. Leeming to French. Here's Nsemba with another of his gallops.
Move, back foot. Hold.
That's one down. Robbins desperate to tackle this one through. Ellis see themselves through this set of 6, negotiate these choppy waters.
Go to.
Try here for Wigan again, introduces that element of doubt potentially. Holkea hang on. They can pat themselves on the back. Leeming's kick, it'll be another set because it has been divided, sent into that end goal area. Oh, and the two number 13s are having a go here.
Yeah, they're rattled at the moment. But OKR, they know with the scoreboard that they have, they can perhaps carry on a little bit and just rattle their opposition. The kick from Leaving looked a little bit heavy. It's Whitbread who diffuses it, and then Mago just comes in and flops on. Once the ball had already been grounded, you could argue that that could have been a penalty. But Minchella being the captain, he wants to protect his players. There's a big man there in Ellis.
What has it got to do with Kade Ellis, all of that?
Well, probably from his end, more frustration than anything else.
Mate, it's a goal line dropout. Just relax. Just tell your team relax. Think about what we're doing, yeah. Agree, yeah, it's a dropout. It's a dropout, mate.
So Minchella complaining that it was already finished and there was no need for Mago to drop on it, but the referee's saying, well, let's just get on with it, shall we?
Nothing daft here. 12 to go.
Lewis with a long kick. Look at that. Lee 24, Catalan 2. My word.
Move! Back! Go,
Lee reigniting their season with that, what looks like being a victory.
John Asiata back.
Hold. Go, Mikey no square.
Smith. French. Here's Wardle. Steps on the outside of Hiku, steps back on the inside of Burgess, but there's enough defenders there to close things down. Smith again. Ellis. French. Loads of space on that right-hand side. Field. Oh, I think he was going over the top. And Kieran thought it was for him. It's play on. It's all on. Everybody stopped. But Tanginoa doesn't. There's a big chase going on from O'Neill. But Tanginoa will win it now. They're celebrating not just a try, they are celebrating a huge win. But again, it comes with an if.
Liam,
What's he giving? Soft signal try.
Oh.
just confirm the ball goes backwards, please.
You heard it, confirming the ball goes backwards.
Okay, it's tackle free. Live, this is in a try on field, so we're looking to see if the ball goes backwards off Ryan Hall. You can see it's touched there by Hall, and you can see that goes backwards in relation to the ground. So can you give me a wide view, please, just to confirm that? So the ball has to go backwards in relation to the ground is the law. So just confirm that again, please. Go real slow. Yes, touched by Hall, and that goes backwards in relation to the ground. So this is play on at this point, the ball is live. So we can play it through, please, confirm there's no knock on. Picked up by Tanginoa, roll it straight through now, please, we're playing on from this point. I'm happy with this. So we're just looking at the grounding now. Confirm the ball's gone backwards in relation to the ground, and we're just on the grounding. And the ball is grounded. I've made my decision.
Well, the whole KR supporters would have been happier to see it given first time, but it gave them a chance to cheer that again. What a year Kalepi Tanginoa is having, and what a year whole KR could be having. They are sending out a signal here tonight. They are making Wigan look very much second best.
Yeah, Kalepi Tanginoa, he doesn't switch off. The ball lands up. He starts his run, almost looks back at the referee. But it's the work that Ryan Hall does. Just look at Ryan Hall at the bottom of the picture. Look how far he comes. He anticipates, knows where the threat is, puts himself in the defensive line, then comes up with a huge, huge play. And off the back of that, Tanginoa, everybody stops. He keeps going. And Ryan Hall knows that that is a huge play. Again, where he starts to where he finishes, and Tanginoa goes in the corner to win the game.
Well, there was a lot of talk last night about play to the whistle in reference to Jake Connor. I think you can make that that argument about Wigan defenders there, play to the whistle, because they would have had him had they just concentrated on making the tackle rather than wait for the referee.
Well, look, there was 25 players that stopped and looked at the referee thinking it was a knock-on. Apart from Ryan Hall, he was the one who was screaming at it that it was play on. But what a massive play that was. Could easily go unmissed. And the movement from him, from where he started, to put himself on the end of that line, present himself in a big, wide space, arms in the air, gets the ball off his arm, and well, the rest is history there.
Mikey Lewis, 57% probability. He'll be relaxed about this. Only 9.5 minutes still to play.
Tem essa aí sim, porque acho que desde pequeno aprendeu que realmente essa pegada é importante e ela faz diferença, porque ela não só dá confiança para o teu time, para o teu treinador, para o teu torcedor, mas como dá para ti também, sabe? Tu pegar uma bola firme, às vezes a gente brinca aqui no treino aí, que eu chuto uma bola e se tu pegar firme essa bola, eu vou embora amanhã. Tá pegando toda hora firme, né?
Já tinha que ir embora faz tempo.
Eu vou ter que comprar a passagem já aí, cara.
Eu acho que dos 14 ao 15 eu sofri bastante com a altura, porque eu demorei para amadurecer, para maturar, né, como a gente fala no futebol. Fisiologicamente, assim, fisicamente, os outros goleiros eram mais fortes que eu, mais altos do que eu. E eu demorei mais, então eu sofri um pouco na questão de... Eu não era mais titular, eu não jogava tanto, né? Foi até uma época que eu joguei num clube lá da minha cidade também, porque eu não estava jogando no Inter. Mas eu sempre tive facilidade de coordenação. Então, eu sempre fiz os movimentos bem executados, assim, uma passada boa, uma passada lateral boa, um movimento de encaixar a bola bom, correto, assim. Sempre fui detalhista nesse sentido pela minha facilidade de coordenação. Então, acho que por ter sempre trabalhado bem assim, quando eu cresci, eu não tive aquela questão de ficar tão molenga, assim, né? Que às vezes a criança cresce e perde um pouco a estabilidade, tudo, perde um pouco a...
Isso que...
Well, they're both okay to carry on by the looks of it.
Just hold on there, Trevor, hold on there, mate.
Got a friendly fire.
9 minutes remaining. Holkingston Rovers in that rare position, certainly against Wigan, where they can enjoy this last 9 minutes. Certainly their fans can, knowing that this is going to be a victory here tonight, and knowing that it is a deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, they've been pretty good right from the off. What they've been doing really well tonight, they started off doing, and they've continued in the same fashion, just moving the ball, making the Wigan Warriors defenders defend a little bit wider, and when the time's right, playing off a good completion rate and getting Jez Litton and Parcell into the game, who've made solid inroads through the middle third of the field all evening.
Mikey Lewis will kick behind the 40, but just looking for distance. Field will catch. And straight away, Bevan French is looking to get his side down the other end of the field. Huge win here for Holkear as well, in the context of the run that they're in at the moment. Catalan last week, of course, which they lost, as you know. But they've got St Helens at home next week, Warrington away the week after that, and Wigan in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup the week after that. So this 4 to 5 weeks is a period when we know we'll find out an awful lot about them. To use that phrase that we were using in the build-up, pretenders or contenders. Well, on the evidence of tonight, contenders.
Yeah, and you're right. Those 3 games that they've got coming up, all very, very difficult games. Saints, Warrington, and then, of course, the rematch between these two in the rematch of last year's semi-final. They meet each other again.
It's high from Smith, Evalds underneath it. Miski's trying to get there. Was he mid-air collision? No. So Rovers having to do the work to get out of yardage. Hall.
Hole. Go to.
Lewis. Look on the inside again, and Burgess would have been enjoying himself tonight.
Hold Tyler, hold.
Some big
Hold,
involvements.
Find the floor, Joe. Find the floor. Go 3. Tackle 3.
Little dance by Parcell.
Hold ball.
Gilmore.
Wait there.
Gildard, rather,
Nice, mate.
wants to get up and get on with it. And here he comes.
5. Move! Back.
So one play to go. It's all rather slow at the moment.
Stand up.
Almost at a standstill at the moment in terms of out of the ruck, and eventually
Elliot, give 10,
Mikey
give 10.
Lewis will kick it downfield, and Jay Fields underneath that to patch it. Good shake from the Rovers defence as they come forward. There's the full time at Cass, by the way, 40 points to 0, but Field has still made something happen here. And Wardle taking it on again.
Hold.
I think London, do they play Leeds next week as well, don't they? So a couple of games against the lower ended teams. Marshall just surrenders himself there because he'd run an obstruction line.
Go to.
And now it's a penalty.
And Mikey Lewis all over Liam Marshall. And Marshall finds the floor because he's obstructed, because he's run round the back of his own man. He has to give himself up.
Let's go, lads.
Just a little push from Lewis.
Tap and go Wigan.
1. Move! Hold, James, hold!
Kieran getting out of that entanglement. Trying to get things moving quickly here again. Ellis plunges forward.
2. Move back, middle, back, James!
4 plays to go,
Hold.
but only 5 minutes to
Go
go.
2, good mark 2.
And the deficit is 22 points. 4 tries, 4 goals to win it from here? I don't think so.
Help! Release, pull back, Matt. Go 3.
O'Neill.
3.
Ellis, and now may go.
4. Move! Go 4.
Smith picks it up, and Farrell will score a landmark try for his point of view. It's his first of the season, by the way, Liam Farrell, but also it's now 500 Super League points that he's got to his name and 149 career tries.
Yeah, it's all off the work of Patrick Mago. Just a quick play of the ball. You see there, the red and white shirts, they're almost a metre off the roll line. Because of the quick play of the ball, they can't get set, they can't get forward. Liam Marshall just arriving at pace, rolls the ball and just goes over for a consolation try in the contest this evening. Adam Kieran with a difficult kick on the opposite side of the field. He missed one earlier. And this perhaps for a left-footed kick. Swinging inside the hedges.
Looking to send it across, or he's struck that really well.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. So 26 points to 10. It's an air of respectability, a little more respectability on that scoreline.
Oh, look, you know, it's important that you recognise when you come up with points, but it's nothing more than a consolation, Dave. You know, Matty Pete, Tommy Luluai, Sean O'Loughlin, they'll walk away from this with stuff to work on for sure. We've just been beaten by a more enthusiastic side. Willie Peters mentioned at the start of the programme that he wanted a workman-like attitude. It was based on effort. He's got that in bucket loads tonight. He'll be really happy.
4 minutes to go here, but full time at the Lee Sports Village, and that's another landmark result. Lee 30, Catalan 2. Things are shaping up, aren't they? You know, 9 rounds, a third of the way through the regular season, and movers and shakers, and teams beginning runs maybe. Who knows?
There'll be one team over the M62 that will be delighted with the way the results have gone tonight, and that'll be St Helens, who sit top of the table after the 2 losses after the loss tonight to the Dragons and the Warriors, and it makes it all congested up there, Dave. It's anyone's game.
Yeah. Remember, it's six places that matter for those playoffs. Advantage from 1 down to 6, but you've got to get in the playoffs. Plenty of contenders for that end of season spin around when we get there in September. Penalty for Wigan.
Look, it's important that, you know, OKR finish this game in the right manner, the right fashion. They give away a couple of penalties. Yes, you can be forgiven for that, but if you want to get to where you need to get to, you've got to come up with 80-minute performances, Dave. Just takes a little bit of gloss off it.
Tyler Dupree. Here's O'Neill. Hubbard. A little moment of happiness for Wigan that he's back and seems to have got through this second half without too much trouble. Resurrecting his form and fitness, and Mago's pass was poor. And Hokel will get it back again here.
Yeah, he just went straight into the heart of the defensive line, tried to come up with a little soft, short pass there. Dupree, well, he wasn't even wanting it.
It's over here on the 10.
His hands weren't even up to catch that ball. He just looks up and rather takes a look at Batchelor rather than catching the ball.
Time back on.
Should he have been expected? I mean,
Yeah, he should.
he have been in a position to catch that?
Absolutely. You know, if you're going to run that line, you talk about as a middle unit that you work together on every play. You've got to expect Patrick Mago is able to supply that pass. We've seen it already.
Get straight in. Get that ball in.
Don't forget all the analysis interviews coming up once we've finished here. We might not have finished here for a while. Oh, there was a fist in there, wasn't there?
Well,
yeah, I think that was Matt Parcell who seemed to connect.
it's Tyler Dupree who's in there. I think it's Dean Hadley.
Time off.
The referee
Calming things down.
unpick all of this.
Do us a favour. Over that way, please. Like it.
It's
It's
gone
lovely.
Dupree.
Just take him back behind the red line, mate.
Watch this.
Take him behind the red line, mate. Turn around.
There.
Over there, mate. Just over there.
Matt Parcell seemed to come in with a fist.
Thanks, pal. Behind the line for us, mate, will you?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot in there. Just perhaps two big bodies just putting a head together. There's nothing wrong in this part here. That's where the Parcell.
Well, referee, touch judges and video referee
Yeah, I'm going to penalise Wigan.
have got to sort this.
Captains, please. Just stay around
I
here,
wonder
please,
what's
man.
gone on in there.
Captains, lads.
I think the referee's saying, did he just say we're going to penalise Wigan here? I think he said that.
Liam, just stay there,
The
please.
referee, video ref rather, saying that Parcell comes in with an open hand, so it's
Yeah,
not foul
There's 1
play
minute
as
19
such.
on the clock here. I spoke to Tyler Dupree, pretty direct to him there at the scrum to calm down, and then he erupts before the ball comes in. The penalty's going against Wigan for that. Calm your players down, there's 1 minute to go.
Well, another little talking point for
Penalty's here.
John and Sam and Brian. We'll be hearing from the main protagonist as well.
I'm going to get next to Dupree. Over
And
the
not the finest 30 or so seconds there for Dupree. Error,
What are you doing,
penalty
Mikey?
given away.
Okay. Let's go, mate.
And OKR, through Mikey Lewis, will just boot this ball, buy themselves another 25 metres or so.
Nice and chill.
Just about a minute to play, so 1 set of 6 for Hull KR. Maybe a brief touch of the ball for Wigan, but the contest over quite a while ago. You can trace it back to the opening 11 minutes. Sue and Gildart's tries, just putting Hull Kingston Rovers on a pedestal that they have not slipped from since. He'll be very happy with his side's performance tonight. Good reaction to what happened last week in Perpignan.
Move back, back, back.
Absolutely, it's a sign of a good team, isn't it, when they get beaten and well beaten, that they're able to roll the sleeves up and
Nice and tight to these.
get back to, you know, sometimes even just a win is all you need, but tonight OKR have got the win and they've got the performance, Dave, which is what's really, really pleasing to see if you're a Hull KR fan.
This is Lockley. The Geordie takes it just about inside Wigan territory. Matt Peake frustrated tonight, but he knows there'll still be plenty to come from his side. As we said, lost here last year in the opening round, but went on to win a grand final. So seasons are not decided on single games, and Hull KR will finish the night with ball in hand. Mikey Lewis taking the tackle. There's going to be a bit of a party around these parts tonight, you would have thought. Petter Hiku's try in the 29th minute, really putting Hull Kingston Rovers in a position they were never going to slip from. Wigan with some improvements in the second half, but not enough to trouble this Rovers side. who've made a bit of a statement here tonight with this victory. They've beaten Wigan by 26 points to 10.
Dave Kyle, thank you very much. Let the party begin here on the east side of the city of Hull. Hull Kingston Rovers have thoroughly beaten the champions, the Wigan Warriors, just their second defeat in the last 21 matches in League and Cup. Sam Tompkins, John Wilkin, Hull KR, contenders or pretenders?
Contenders for me. They have definitely changed my mind tonight. I thought that was an outstanding 80 minutes. From minute one to the last of that game, I thought they were very, very good. By far the best team on the night.
Yeah, without doubt, they're the best in every area. I think we spoke about enthusiasm. I think Kyle Amor mentioned it in commentary. I think they were more enthusiastic, but they had quality as well. It wasn't just that the completely out-enthused Wigan Warriors, they physically dominated and they controlled the speed of the game. The full narrative of the story of the game was controlled by Hull KR, and Wigan were just hanging on. They were never in the contest, never in the contest.
Let's go back to a pre-game conversation we had. Hull KR needing to respond to the disappointment of round 8, going up against the champions who are stacked. There's only a couple of players missing. You take that a third of the way through the season. This is nearly as strong as Wigan could expect to be this far into a season. They have beaten the benchmark side in Super League and beaten them well.
Yeah, the question mark for Hull KR was whether they could go and beat those top teams. Well, they've gone and beaten the champions. They've not just beaten them, they've demolished the champions. And off the back of a poor performance at Catalan, credit Catalan with a good performance there, Hull KR have reacted in just the best way. And they spoke about being proud. Well, these fans are proud of that performance.
I think that loss last week in the south of France could be the best thing to happen to this group, because the coach came out and said we were well beaten in every single area. So they know if they play one of the top teams, if they're a little bit off, they can get well beaten. Well, tonight they've come into it with a completely different attitude, and they've